three areas that are key to the advancement of women and girls in California. And as we will notice in our next panel discussion, they are often connected and interconnected. So let's get started and see how women and girls have fared in California as it relates to education, employment, and leadership. It's impossible to discuss employment and leadership before first thinking about education among California's girls and women. And there is some good news to report. Women are earning more associates, bachelor's, and master's degrees than men. However, the roles reverse when we reach the doctorate level degree. Men are still more likely to earn a doctorate than women. One major finding we'll talk about this morning is women's continued underrepresentation in the fields of science, technology, engineering, and math. One root cause of that underrepresentation can be traced back to education. Far fewer women are majoring in the STEM fields. And as we know, majoring in the STEM fields can lead to higher paying jobs. As it relates to technology, there's a lack of confidence in computer skills for women compared to men. And this gap has persisted for over the past 5 years. Now let's look at employment. There are still more men than women in California's labor force. And this is a fact that mirrors national trends. In two-parent families, both parents are likely to work outside of the home. However, when only one parent works outside of the home, it is much less likely to be the mother. When women are working, they represent a majority of California's employees across three broad occupational areas. So to paint with a broad brush, these are the three areas: healthcare practitioners and technical operations. 2, sales and office occupations. And 3, education, legal, community service, arts, and media. In all jobs, however, women still earn less than men when looking at each of these occupational clusters in California. And some of the biggest earning differences are in professions where women hold fewer positions overall. When women form the majority of California's employees, a pattern of traditional gender roles emerges. For example, women make up a wide variety of lower-paying healthcare technician positions, while men make up the majority of physicians and surgeons. The sales and office occupations category employs the most women, but it also has the largest gender gap. Men hold the majority of supervisory positions, and women hold the majority of cashier-type positions. There are some encouraging signs, though. For example, in the area of accounting, there are more women employed as accountants than men. Education is another field where women are heavily employed, but not often in the top positions. California data shows women are more likely to be pre-college teachers than men, but there are fewer women working as post-secondary teachers. In legal jobs, women also are much more likely to serve as legal support workers than are men, and are less likely than men to be lawyers and judges. Let's now look at leadership. Getting more women in positions of leadership in California can create positive change in all the state's women and children. Our public officials set the political agenda. They drive the public policy debate. Only they can make the law. So we need to find ways to increase women advocating for women. The 2012 elections brought women into historically high levels of representation in the U.S. Congress. However, that figure is only 20% in the Senate and 18% in the U.S. Congress. And while the picture looks rosier nationally, in California, we actually lost ground. Fewer women are serving at the state and local levels in 2013 than they did in 2012. And at the local level, the percentage of women mayors in California cities is in the single digits. And the number of women serving on county boards decreased slightly this year as well, while 18 counties in California have no women at all serving on their boards of supervisors. In the business realm, almost 2/3 of California's 400 largest companies have no women among their highest paid executives. Only 3% of those companies have women serving as a CEO. This is a percentage that has not changed over the past year. There is a bright spot, though, in healthcare. In the healthcare sector, 68% of the companies are led by a woman. I know that this is a lot of information and you've heard a lot here today from the report, but I hope that this information will stay with you long after today and that you would think about it and reflect about it. At Mount St. Mary's College, we have the privilege of educating young women. Together with this report, we also have the responsibility to prepare them to address some of these challenges and inequalities these findings reveal. And if all of us hope to inspire a new generation of girls and boys to affect change, we must lead by example. So thank you for being here and doing what you do to support women and girls in California. Let's now listen once again to our panel of experts to see what they have to say about the latest findings related to education, employment, and leadership.